of these past years. We remember just a year ago, we were here in the reconciliation process when $11.9 billion was taken out of this very same account. But rather than to use it for the benefit of the students, that $11.9 billion went to pay for the tax cuts to the wealthiest people in this country. We took $11.39 billion out of this same account, and we gave that to the Pell Grant students, to the most needy students in this country who need it the most. That's the difference that an election makes. That's the difference that a year makes. That's the difference that a lot of hard work by the students across this country and their families have made as they've asked members of Congress to address this issue. This legislation, just earlier today, passed in the Senate by an overwhelming bipartisan vote of 79 to 12. It has now been stated that the President of the United States supports this legislation and will sign this legislation. I would hope that all of my colleagues on both sides of the aisle would understand the importance of this legislation, the value of this legislation to our students and to their families, as we know so many of them struggle to put together the means by which they can pay for the college education of their students. One of the very great moments in a parent's life is when their students get accepted to college, the students announce they want to go to college, and then you immediately start to think about how are we going to pay for this. This legislation will make it a lot easier for a lot of parents and a lot of students who desperately need this help. I ask all of my colleagues to support the conference report, and let's join this bipartisan coalition and help America's families and students. And I yield back the balance of my time, and I thank everybody for their cooperation.